Okay, so tomorrow I am not here. I'm asking you guys, when you guys come in and you guys do your prayer, pray for my family and Eliana. She should be out of surgery by this point. Starts at 9:30. Hopefully that she's doing fine, but I'm asking for prayer. I believe in the power of prayer. There will be a warm-up. It will probably be very similar to this. Okay? So get started. I doubt that Mr. Truesdale will bring calculators. So if somebody would like to stop at my room before they come in, grab the calculators so that you have them, and then put them back. Okay, you can do that, just please make sure that you put them back. Everybody with me? Okay, so after that, you'll have packets of work that are going to get you ready for the test that is on Friday. Again, I will not test you if I don't think you're ready. If you're like, Mr. H, we tried this and it was super hard, send me an email. And if you all send me emails, I'll know, hey, we're not ready, but I think we will be ready. Everybody with me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Find the slope. The slope is the steepness of the line. This is usually when we're dealing on a coordinate grid, which is called a Cartesian plane. So if you ever hear somebody say a Cartesian plane, that is this kind of thing. So coordinate grid or a Cartesian plane. Is that important? No, but it's nice to know fun things. Find the slope. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I do -3 minus 15 divided by -7 minus 3. That's -18 divided by -10. Everybody still with me so far? If you would give me that as an answer, I will mark it wrong. It is not simplified and it is not correct. A negative divided by a negative is positive. Both of these can be simplified by what?
2.
By 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 9/5 is my slope.
So if I give you that, if you're right.
9/5 would be the only correct answer.
Okay. That's what I put.
Okay, everybody with me?
E divided by 2.
Yes, sir. No. So they're both even numbers. When they're even, you can divide by 2. But let's say you had something like 9 divided by 3. They're both divisible by 3, so I would divide them both by 3, which gives me 3 divided by 1. So it depends on what those numbers are. Okay, any questions on number 1? Or number 1. Okay, distance. Bless you. Distance is the square root of x2, which is -7 minus x1 squared, plus y2 minus y1 squared. -7 minus 3 is -10 squared, plus -3 minus 15 is -18 squared. Now listen, anytime that we square a number, what does it have to be? If we square a number, is it ever going to be negative?
No.
No. So this gives me the square root of 100 plus 18 squared is 364?
Yeah.
So that's approximately, well, it's not approximately.
Oh, no, it's 324.
324? Okay. That gives me 424, which is approximately 20.12 or something like that. I don't know. Somebody do square root of 424. I don't have a calculator. Square root is the second x squared. So put it out. So second x squared. Now 424. Tell them what we get.
Right?
20.59.
20.59?
Yep.
So 20 and 59 hundredths is my distance.
This is what I got.
Okay, that's fine. You can put that too.
Okay.
Okay, questions on this? How do we do?
Fine.
I got that one wrong.
You got that one wrong? Okay. Midpoint, this is, listen, you need the midpoint formula. This is what we're going to be doing today. Okay? Today's lesson isn't hard. It's the midpoint formula. You've already done the midpoint formula. It's just going to sound more difficult than it really is. Trust me that I can make it sound easy. but you need to know how to do the midpoint. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this gives me negative 4 divided by 2, comma, 12 divided by 2. So that gives me negative 2, comma, 6. What questions do we have there?
I thought it was, wait, what is it? The first one, X, what, my,
x1 plus x2, the midpoint,
okay.
is the average of your 2 points, the middle. Average is going to be our middle. We good? Get out your homework, please. Your homework was the right triangle congruence sheet. We did 1 through 18. Most of you were working incredibly hard yesterday in class. So get these out. It looks like this. Right triangle congruence.
Wait, can I see it? Is that thunder? Yeah.
Thunder, filled with thunder. Why is
We can ask.
They have right triangles? It's the one that has right triangles.
Oh. Sounds good.
So, yesterday, we talked about 4 new ones. We talked about leg-leg congruence. We talked about leg-angle congruence. We talked about hypotenuse angle congruence. Now, those 3 are all able to be side, angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, side, angle. Those are normal ones. The only one that only works for right triangles is the hypotenuse leg congruence, the HL congruence. That's the only one that's just right angles. Are we ready to go over this?
Yeah.
Oh, I have one.
Okay. I'll give you this answer key so you can take a look at it at home. Number 1 is leg-leg congruence. Number 2 is hypotenuse leg congruence. Number 3 is hypotenuse angle. Number 4 is hypotenuse angle. Number 5 is hypotenuse angle. Questions on 1 through 5. If you need me to show you on your paper why those work, now's the time. It's what the benefit of the small class is.
Can you show me one?
Okay. Yep. So number 1, it shares this side, which means we know it's congruent to itself. We have a hypotenuse, leg, leg. Leg, leg. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, number 6 is not congruent because there is no, we don't have a hypotenuse. There is no angle for right triangles. Number 7, this is not congruent because the angle is not in the right place and they're not right triangles. Number 8 is leg, leg. Number 9 is not congruent. There is no angle for these. Number 10 is leg, leg. Are there any on the first 10 that you'd like me to come and show you? Okay. Number 11, for it to be hypotenuse leg, one of these 2 things need to happen. Segment DE needs to be congruent to segment VW, or segment FD needs to be congruent to segment XV.
Can you say that again? FW?
No, not FW. Segment DE is congruent to segment VW. Number 12, segment CA has to be congruent to segment XV.
What was the first one? XB and
FD. Number 13, segment ML has to be congruent to segment MH. Number 14, segment MN is congruent to segment CD. Number 15. Angle C is congruent to angle I, or angle B is congruent to angle J. Number 16. Segment DE has to be congruent to segment UV.
EDUV.
Yep, DE and UV.
Okay.
17. Segment DE has to be congruent to segment IJ. Number 18, you have two options. Segment FE is congruent to segment VE, or FEVE, or segment DF has to be congruent to TV. Okay, questions?
Can you or just like walk me through it?
Yep. Which one?
Like number 13.
Okay. Leg. So here's our right angle. These are what have to be congruent. So we already know this one's congruent. So this is why MH has to be congruent to ML, because we don't know this one.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
I got it now.
Okay. Let's get our notes out, y'all. Last section for the chapter.
Wait, can I keep this?
Yeah, that was yours to keep, yes. That's why I wanted you said it was at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check it at home and then bring it back to me when I come on Friday. Why are these not coming off? Okie dokie. So we're talking about triangles on the coordinate plane. So all that means is we're going to be having triangles that are on the graph. You are going to still need all three of these. I would suggest starting off this lesson by writing down those three formula right now in your notes again. Have them. Make them big enough that you can see them. Have those three formula in there. You need to know the distance. You need to know how to find slope. You need to know how to find these.
Triangles on what?
The coordinate plane. So again, I'm going to say it again. Copy down those three. Have them in your notes. Have them right here under 4.7. Triangles on a coordinate plane. Okay. A midsegment of a triangle. This is a segment that connects the midpoints of two sides of a triangle. I'm going to let you copy that down, and then I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to slow down. There's only two things that we need to cover today, but this is a big one. Okay. So, this is a triangle. Notice I don't have a graph, right? But I'm telling you the ordered pairs of all of those points. To find a mid-segment, we need the midpoint of AB, which is going to be somewhere right around there. And we need the midpoint of AC, which is going to be somewhere right around there. Well, how do we know where that spot is? We find the midpoint. So, AB's midpoint is going to equal x plus x divided by 2. It's a midpoint. We're using that midpoint formula. Bless you. 0 plus -4 divided by 2. So AB's midpoint is now 2 divided by 2, comma, -4 divided by 2, which is 1, -2. So we're going to call this point 1, -2. Let's call that D. So what did I do? I found the midpoint of this segment. That's all we're doing. Midpoint is finding the middle of 2 points. So now we're going to find the midpoint of AC. Which let's call it E. So now I'm going to do the same thing. X plus X divided by 2, comma, Y plus Y divided by 2. That gives me 16 divided by 2, -4 divided by 2, which equals 8, -2. That is the mid-segment. Now, let's think about this. If it is the mid-segment, what do we know about AD and DB? What do we know about segment AD and segment DB? So, yeah, they're congruent. If this is the midpoint, this is congruent to this, which also means that AE is congruent to EC.
Did I saw something?
Huh?
Did I saw something? No.
It doesn't say anything about isosceles. We don't know that these are congruent. We just know that this is congruent to this, This is congruent to this. Okay? That's called the mid segment. Okay? Everybody still with me?
Yeah.
I'm going to erase this in a minute, so I'm going to give you a second to copy that down. I'm in no rush today.
Supposing it also works on the base of the triangle.
Hmm?
Supposing that also works on the base of the triangle. I'm just gonna-
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, properties of a mid-segment. 1. And Esther actually already gave us this almost. The mid-segment is parallel, I don't know if I spelled that right, to the third side of the triangle. That was really weird. Okay. The second thing is the mid-segment is exactly half the length of the third side. Do we have this copy down? May I erase this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. What sides are parallel?
AB and AC.
AB is parallel to AC.
Oh no, LK and BC.
Yeah, the mid-segment is parallel to this. 6, 6, 9, 9, 24.
So on the other, so then.
What's the distance of LK?
The distance of LK
Hmm?
is
12.
12. The mid-segment is exactly half the length of the third side. What if, instead of, make sure you copy this down correctly the first time. I'm going to erase that. Okay? So this is just a what if question. You don't have to copy this down. But what if I put 15 is LK?
then
What's BC?
30.
30.
30. Because if this is half, we multiply it by 2 to get this. What questions do we have?
No.
Nothing.
Okay.
Basic common sense.
Your homework.
Wait.
Go ahead. I'm with you.
Yeah,
You sure?
I'm good.
Okay. Your homework, page 196, 197. You're doing 1 through 15, the odds, and 19 through 27. No, maybe not. Hold on. I'm going to write it on the board. Give me a second. No, that's it. There we go. Okay. You are doing. I'm going to put it here. Homework. Page 150, or no, wow, I'm straight.
196.
196 through 198. numbers 1 through 15, the odds, and numbers 25 through 29, the odds. What questions do we have to get started? Okay, as always, love you guys. Go ahead and get started, please.